The city of Manchester Stadium as the Arsenal soap opera stops off in Manchester. William Gallas has been stripped of the Arsenal captaincy, although we must stress at this stage this hasn't actually been confirmed by the club as of yet. But the fact he's not here today and the fact that the club is remaining silent speaks volumes. A battered and bruised Arsenal must clear their heads and get themselves together and try and get the stalling title bid back on track. Now, the Arsenal stage show has taken much of the attention off Manchester City. They need to win badly as well. Just a one victory in 8 games in the Premier League has left them just 1 point above the drop zone. 2 teams here who are going through difficult times do battle at the city of Manchester Stadium. It's a cold, cold day. Some blue sky on the far side above the city of Manchester Stadium. It's anything but blue skies for Arsenal. How will they respond here today? Can Manchester City sense blood? It's normally a game that Arsenal win. Just the once Manchester City have beaten the Gunners in the Premier League. And there's a man who leads Arsenal today, Manuel Almunia. Captains Arsenal for the 2nd time. Different circumstances when he last skipped them in Fenerbahce in the Champions League. Expectant crowd here at the city of Manchester Stadium, even more so this afternoon. Manuel Almunia, the captain of Arsenal. Not the circumstances I'm sure he would like to skip with the team today, but he's got the armband.
The Barclays Premier League Fair Play handshake will now take place.
It's a tale of goalkeepers today. The man who's just about to shake his hand there, Joe Hart, has miraculously recovered from his ankle injury and plays for Manchester City. Eyes on both goalkeepers here today. Look who's in goal for Manchester City. Joe Hart has made a miraculous recovery from the ankle injury he suffered at Hull last week. It was thought he'd be out for a couple of weeks. It hasn't even been 7 days. The return of Richard Dunn is the only change from the team which drew at Hull City last Sunday. He is back from a ban. Tal Ben Haim drops down to the bench. As expected, there is no William Gallas for Arsenal after his explosive comments this week. Johan Giroud takes his place in the back 4. Gavin Hoyt, brother of former Gunners fullback Justin, makes his Premier League debut, while Manuel Almunia is the captain. Emmanuel Adebayor is out with a knee injury picked up on international duty on a plastic pitch. It's a very, very young Arsenal bench. Arsenal are battered and bruised. Their own captain has turned on them, and in turn he has been stripped of the captaincy. Can they put this nightmare week behind them? Or do Manchester City sense some blood here? Plenty of attention from around the world focused on this field of grass in the East End of Manchester. Alongside me is Joe Royle. Joe, after all the fuss, a game breaks out.
A game has started indeed, and a very important game for both sides. Both need the win. It's arguable who needs it most. But with a big week coming up, as you say, in Europe, and then the old enemy to follow, I think Manchester City just about shared that one. They need it badly.
Interesting to see how Arsenal start off here. Tough week for the club. It began with the defeat by Aston Villa at the Emirates last Saturday, which just punctured that feel-good factor which they picked up with the win over Manchester United the week before. And, of course, the youngsters storming Wigan in the Carling Cup. And now, of course, the comments of William Gallas, who turned up at the training ground today, but Arsenal taking the game to Manchester City straight away. Zabu Diaby on the run.
So important, Gary, that Manchester City do get round Arsenal quickly and stop them playing. If they develop a rhythm, if they get their passing game going, whichever 11 it is, whether it be their full 11 or their creche 11, they can play. We know that they'll pass the ball through you.
First time this Arsenal back 4 have played together in the Premier League. Bit long looking for Nicholas Bednar. That's Sean Wright-Phillips. Now Kompany. Garrido, who at times has been sacrificed by Manchester City this season to attacking, especially in away games for Mark Hughes. Left back spot though this afternoon, Benjani doing the hunting down for Manchester City.
Well, Manchester City starting with what looks to be a 4-3-3 system.
Breaks here to the rise for Sell. Bursting forward on the overlap is Zabaleta, who fancied that as the ball was laid into the Argentinian's path. couldn't find the right direction.
Well, both sides had a shot already, and Arsenal, I was going to say, playing with one up. That's Nicholas Bendtner with Van Persie playing a slightly withdrawn role, and Nasri wide on the left.
Nicholas Bendtner underneath this, or trying to be, just on the back of Kompany. There's Sami and Nasri. Now to Reyes Vassell finding Kompany. Stephen Ireland. Manchester City have been playing some lovely football here at home, even in the defeat by Tottenham a couple of weeks ago. And they ended up with just the 9 men. A strong challenge by Stephen Ireland. Ireland again has made an impact on every game he's played for Manchester City so far this season. The form of his life at the moment.
I was just going to say, I think he's their biggest bonus of the season to date. Obviously, Robinho's made an impact with his 8 goals, but the sort of quantum leap that Stephen Ireland has taken to be a regular Premiership player and right up there with them now is a big, big bonus for the Light Blues.
He's had to make a big decision in the last couple of days, Arsene Wenger. As I say, the club have yet to officially confirm that Gallas has been stripped of the captaincy. But the silence speaks volumes. Big decision.
Yes, it was, and he must feel slightly hurt because the captain, your captain, is an extension of the manager on the pitch, and you want everybody singing from the same hymn book. And if he's not done that, maybe he's done the interview without Arsene Wenger's permission and agreement, well, he's let him down somewhat.
There are certain managers who like to give their captains carte blanche at times to say what they want in interviews, maybe a different voice to try and motivate some players. You think back to Roy Keane in his Manchester United days. Obviously, he overstepped the mark, the club felt. But Roy Keane used to more or less have the permission of Sir Alex Ferguson. Just a go at a couple of players at times in interviews, not too much. But obviously, he overstepped the mark at Old Trafford, and William Gallas appears to have done the same at Arsenal as well. This is Nasri, just shrugged off the ball by Reyes Vassell. Arsenal get the throw in.
I don't think you criticise your teammates publicly, even if it is half anonymously, just naming an age. I wouldn't like that as a manager.
Abu Diaby playing just behind the striker in recent weeks. Arsenal have Robin Van Persie back from his ban today. They are without a lot of big names, William Gallas aside. Diaby. Song. Arsenal 9 points behind the leaders going into this weekend. Arsene Wenger has just held off talking about the title for now. Just wants to seem to try and gather some consistent momentum. Same can be said of Manchester City. Ireland trying to feed the ball through for Ben Charney.
I think Arsenal's problem this year has been beating sides that they should beat. Now they seem to rise to the occasion when they're playing the top sides. We saw that with Manchester United, how well they can play, but they have lost to sides that they shouldn't lose to.
Nasri finding Abu Diaby. He's been involved heavily so far in the opening few minutes. Danielson. Alex Song. Hoyt making his way forward on the far side. It goes down the middle to Diaby. Danielson finding Song. Nasri flattened by Zabaleta. Vassell trying to play in. Ben Charney still trying to find his match fitness. So too is Reyes Vassell. There's Diaby again. Looking for the run of Nicholas Bendtner. Hasn't scored in 8 games. Found that cutting edge again today. Sloppy ball. Flanked by Clichy. This is Nasri. Playing their passing football. Nicholas Bendtner again. Nice run by Bendtner, just drew in the foul from Richard Dunn.
Well, it's hardly a threadbare side by Arsenal. You see Bendtner here running with the ball at Dunn. He just clips his heels before Ireland takes the ball away. But their football is just the same. No matter how many players they have missing, the players that come in, pass the ball and move. Nasri particularly has made an exciting start to the game, having so many touches.
First test then for Joe Hart. Didn't think he'd be playing in this game, but he's facing this Robin Van Persie free kick here. Giroud and Bendtner hoping to provide some kind of threat inside the penalty area. Phillips Backtracking for Manchester City. Still go by Shaun Wright-Phillips. Now it's Robin van Persie trying to create room for the volley. Taking off his toe. What can Manchester City do here on the counter-attack? It's to Rise to Sal. Robinho to his left, Johnny to his right. And plays it straight to Diaby, and the chance gone.
That was a great opportunity, a great break for City. And they might have to play on the break in this game. Arsenal, I'm sure, will dominate possession, and they have to use that pace. And he had options as well, but Vassell took all the wrong options.
Big week for Manchester City. UEFA Cup tie to come in Germany against Schalke. And then the Manchester derby here next weekend. I can tell you, you won't be surprised to hear everybody here cannot wait for that game. Did the double over Manchester United last season. Robinho. Now Stephen Ireland. Garrido snapping in. Kompany. Conceding goals has been the problem for Manchester City so far this season. They've played 13 different combinations in the 22 games they've played. The back four haven't had a settled back four.
And you look at the personnel involved, it's a bit of a puzzle really, with Micah Richards and Richard Dunn available. Two centre-halves who would grace most teams in the division.
Zabaleta, who has played every time he's been available. Shaun Wright-Phillips, here's marauding runs. Benjani is offside, so Shaun Wright-Phillips couldn't slip the ball away to him. This is Nasri. It will certainly be a game for the purists, you'd expect here.
Pleased for Shaun Wright-Phillips, Gary. His stock has probably been as highest for a number of years, really. The dream move at Chelsea just didn't give him any games. He lost his England place, and we saw in midweek against Germany the little fella's some player when he's fit.
It's like he's never been away from the City of Manchester Stadium. He's got the ball there, but there was a foul in the process. Van Persie was fouled by Kompany, who stayed down. And, a little bit of trouble there, Vincent Kompany.
Well, it's just a tangle of legs, really. Hard to see any damage, but he's been down too long for it not to be a little bit serious, this.
He's quite a tough cookie as well, Kompany.
Well, he looks distressed. You would worry for him at this stage.
Well, it's the face area they're looking at there. Whether Van Persie caught him here as he fell, let's have a look.
Well, there's a hand off, there's a hand in the face, but it certainly doesn't look anything to give him any great problems. Oh, he's working off quite comfortably now, should be okay to carry on.
Plays such an important role for Manchester City in front of that back four. You look at the attacking options Mark Hughes has in this side, including the two fullbacks, Zabaleta and Garrido, who like to get forward as well. Can leave them exposed at times, and that's why Kompany is an important cog in that wheel. The Belgian international is back on now. Even start so far. Arsenal enjoying just a little bit more of possession. A shot a goal from each side so far. Benjani. Vassell. Trying to shrug off Alex Song. Bentner puts off the route back to goal, or tries to. First test here for Joe Hart, and that ankle injury. He wasn't training yesterday. Did train yesterday, the Manchester City goalkeeper, but it was a surprise that he was in the starting 11 here.
A nice surprise. Certainly look a little bit lightweight in terms of experience. I wonder if it's had anything to do with Manchester City being mentioned with Buffon. Nothing like someone threatening your place for getting you fit quickly.
A bit of around 50 or 60 million pounds being spoken of for Gianluigi Buffon. No comment from the club as of yet regarding that.
It would be a shame, because Joe Hart's done very well, and he's an exciting prospect for Manchester City and England.
It's a crunching challenge by Zabaleta on Van Persie, and Manchester City just caught offside. Sloppy ball, and it's a throw into Manchester City.
The Nielsen's had a sloppy start. He's been caught in possession, looked a little bit lightweight at times. and certainly not an Arsenal pass that gave that throw-in away.
Robinho. He got the bus here today, got the team bus. The Brazilian who's been spotted on buses around Manchester.
Probably owned the bus.
Big day for Micah Richards, 100th appearance for Manchester City today. Started against Arsenal 3 years ago. Came on as a substitute for Danny Mills, who was still a member of the Manchester City squad. Giroud straight to Richard Dunn, now Robinho. It's too far in front of Shaun Wright-Phillips. That's Mikael Silvestre. Fairly quiet around the city of Manchester Stadium so far, more or less a full house in here.
What a fantastic stadium now. My first visit to the stadium here, and I've got to say it's very, very impressive.
It's yet really to have anything to get the teeth into this afternoon. Abou Diaby. Company doing the tidying up. Diaby has stayed down. Just slowly you can see they're just picking himself up, Abou Diaby. Some of his injuries in his time at Arsenal. There's Darius Vassell. Manchester City looking to try and inject a little bit of pace into their attack, but Vassell is left grounded. It's a good challenge by Gael Clichy. Clichy tried to shrug off Zabaleta.
He's just nicked him. He's never regained his balance there, Clichy. Certainly a very swift player when he's running forward with the ball.
It's quite noticeable in the warm-up. Manuel Almunia with the captain's armband. Obviously he was doing his own warm-up in goal, and it was Gael Clichy who gathered the players together in the warm-up just to have a word with them all. He has been spoken about as a future captain. Cesc Fabregas, of course, missing today, suspended. I think he's the favourite to get given the captain's armband. This is Ben Charney. In front of him, and Diaby did well, and Arsenal get the throw in, but neither side can really string too many passes together as of yet.
As soon as Manchester City lose the ball, they're dropping into a 5 in midfield, leaving Benjani as a lone striker, and with Arsenal having players dropping off and going there, very congested in midfield. Probably explains really the lack of fluency in the game at the moment.
Heavy touch from Giroud. Wright-Phillips is tackled. This is Song. The team just needs someone to get the foot on the ball and grab this game by the scruff of the neck. Diaby trying to do just that. Tackled well by Stephen Ireland. Just about his forward play at the moment, Ireland. That was a really good tackle. Now Robinho. Defended by Gavin Hoyt, and a free kick to Manchester City in a promising area.
Well, there's no doubt it's a free kick. He's mistimed the tackle. Robinho's seen him come in, just towed it on, and the youngsters bought it.
Well, it was taken quickly, and Manuel Almunia managing to make the save from Robinho. Manchester City weren't hanging around. Big day for Gavin Hoyt. Big day for a lot of these Arsenal players, especially those who are on the bench. The average age of the bench that Arsenal have here today is 18 years of age. Gavin Hoyt making his Premier League debut. 18 years old. Phones his brother Justin before every game as well. Getting his chance at right back for Arsenal this afternoon. Kompany's clearance just went straight at Nasri. Kompany again.
Well, holding his hand up to acknowledge a poor pass. Very erratic start there from Kompany.
Mark Hughes, a man who, like Arsene Wenger in recent weeks, has had to deal with player issues. Signed Alano, of course, after Alano spoke out about being unhappy at not being in the team. He's on the bench again this afternoon. Diaby, Van Persie inside of him. Diaby trying to bulldoze his way through. Just not too much. No real flow to this game yet.
Probably two nervous sides, you know, Gary. There's neither of them in a great run at the moment, and a little bit of pressure for different reasons surrounding the clubs. And they feel it. As a team, they feel it.
Mikael Silvestre being booed, of course, former Manchester United defender, won just 2 of 9 derbies in his time at Manchester United. Oldest outfield player now for Arsenal.
Poor pass there from Diaby. Good layoff from Bentner. Continued his run. Just needed it played in behind the City defence. Very swift for a big man. Poor pass.
You do wonder what kind of effect the last few days have had on the Arsenal dressing room. Rightly or wrongly, William Gallas not here today. It's going to affect them in some way.
Well, yes, it has, but it's all a little bit vague. If you look at it, Gallas didn't actually name the player he's talking about, who seems to be the disturbing factor. And then on top of that, there's been no real comment from Arsenal as to why Gallas hasn't come. So it's all a little bit up in there. Of course, the players know that. The players will know what's happening. But you look at this young side and their bench of, well, they need a childminder down there, not a coach. And you know, they need William Gallas in their team. He's a top-class defender, whether he plays centre-half or full-back. Maybe Arsene Wenger's just left him out of this to let things cool down and bring him back into line a little bit.
The rise for Sell, rising well. Alan Song. Bentner with the nice touch, finding Van Persie. Derby streaming forward on the far side. It goes to Hoyt. Manchester City back in their numbers, 9 behind the ball. And Hoyt just lost out. He tried to redeem himself. So a free kick to Manchester City, and a word here for Hoyt. His second foul of the game.
Well, I think he's got to be careful here. I'm sure he had a little tug there. He lost the ball, and he's just getting a warning. Very sensible referee, Mr. Wiley. He sees had a little tug of the shirt there, Rubinho's shirt, to pull him back. A good sense by the referee. I know it's your debut, son. I know you're a bit nervous, but the next one you're in the book.
Made his debut against Sheffield United in the Carling Cup back in September, Gavin Hoyt.
Premier League debut.
Premier League debut today. This is Micah Richards. Now Zabaleta. Rise for Sell trying to be underneath this, but the ball just evades him. Manchester City have been full of goals, especially here at home. There was a time when you'd see them score once in the blue moon a couple of seasons ago, really struggled in front of goal, but the games this season, every game they've played, averages out that there's been 4 goals in that game. Obviously not just for City, but in the matches in general. It's been a quiet start to this one so far. This is Vassell. Arsene Wenger spoke about his side just lacking a little bit of sharpness against Aston Villa last week at the Emirates Stadium. Low energy levels. The international week probably hasn't helped that. Bentner, who was playing for Denmark against Wales, has got the free kick.
Richard Dunn feeling slightly aggrieved there. But he's gone into the back of Bentner. It's a free kick, Dunny.
Richard Dunn still waiting to be a father again. They've had a couple of false alarms this week, which is why he left the Republic of Ireland squad and then returned for the game. He's watching Bentner here. Song, Diaby and Giroud will offer a threat as well as Mikael Silvestre, who's trying to shake off Benjani. Joe Hart comes for it.
Obviously a good call by the keeper. Richard Dunn ducked and got out the way.
Nielsen being closed down. That's a risky ball. It's away with it. Hope they will be closed down by Ireland. Diaby, neat turn. Tried to feed through Robin Van Persie. Ball was slammed shot by Richard Dunn. Now Shaw right Phillips. Bentner. Clichy on the overlap here. Nasri. Nice touch back to Bentner. Now it's Nasri. Van Persie's at the near post. Now he's moved towards the far post, I should say. Then he moved to near. Chance gone. Danielson trying to win it back. Sean Wright Phillips was there. Just to put Danielson off. Ireland with the volley ball to Benjani. Vassell brought into proceedings. City fans not happy because Vassell went backwards. Arsenal have regrouped inside their own half. Don's ball. Benjani trying to be underneath it. Silvestri just leans him out and waits for his keeper to grab a hold of the ball.
Well, Almunia might be captain, but certainly Silvestri is pulling all the strings at the back. He's pulling people out. He's manoeuvring his back four. He's very much the captain of the outfield players at the moment.
Mere sniff, Mikael Silvestri at £750,000. He, of course, has had his injury problems in the past. He was injured in his first training session with Arsenal, but he's commanding that back four now. He has to. Kompany. No real width for Manchester City. Zabaleta trying to provide it with that give and go, but Song wins the ball back for Arsenal. Song gives it straight to Benjani. This is Ireland. Robinho. Floated across to the near side to try and get into the game, Robinho. Nasri. Crunched by Zabaleta.
Well, again, Zabaleta has to be careful. He's committed 3 fouls now. We certainly want to watch in the view of the referee. Just a little trip there. He realises that Nasri has felt him manoeuvre the ball, and he's taken him out.
Well, Sami Nasri was in the Marseille team this time last year, which were going through a difficult period as well in the hunt for the league title in France. A year on now at Arsenal, finds himself in a similar position.
I can't believe with so many talented passing players on the pitch how many simple passes are going astray at the moment, and you see there Arsene Wenger, who looks so frustrated at times. Pass the ball, pass the ball.
Benjani, Zabaleta. Another stray ball. It's a game which is lacking unusually with these two in quality.
There's time.
It takes a moment to spark a game into life, of course. Bentner trying to link up with Van Persie. Kompany across. As you mentioned before, though, Joe, it's two teams who are low on confidence. Manchester City have been playing the champagne football, not getting the results. We know about the week Arsenal have had. Big game this for both teams.
Both managers out of the dugouts at the moment and looking towards the technical era. Both frustrated and a little bit disappointed the way the sides are playing, I'm sure.
Well, there used to be a time when Arsenal used to hate coming up north a couple of years ago when they lost 8 of 11 visits. Haven't done too badly, though, since then. Lost 3 of just 13 on the road in the north. Arsene Wenger said a couple of years ago they have to toughen up. That is what they have done. Wins, of course, this season at Bolton and Blackburn Rovers.
Seems to be a recurring theme for Arsene, though. He was complaining recently after the Stoke game that they'd been bullied out of the game, as it were. And it's something they have to find. You know, top teams, winning teams are tough teams as well.
Garrido. Straight to Hoyt. He's off his chest. Oh, he's out of position. Robinho. This is Hoyt. No foul by Stephen Ireland. Now Kompany. Will he lead the Manchester City charge? Sean Wright Phillips. Vassell to his right. Benjani waiting in the middle. Vassell's low ball looking for Benjani. Giroud sliding in with him, and did just enough to put Benjani off. It's a goal kick.
Well, it's as closest as we've had to a goal. Good play by Manchester City. Good passing football. Darius Vassell plays a great ball across the box here. Benjani gets some kind of contact, but not solid enough. Better.
Looked like that may have clipped off Giroud. It should maybe have been a Manchester City corner. Bentner. Now Alex Song. Manchester City usually dread these games against Arsenal. Just the ones they've beaten them in the Premier League. I remember a game 5 years ago when Arsenal were already 4-0 up at this stage at the Old Main Road, and a 5-1 win against Manchester City when Arsenal were at their imperious best. Just the one Premier League win for Manchester City against the Gunners. They're hoping to put that right today. Danielson. Johan Giroud, who has been knocking on the Arsenal door, says Arsene Wenger in recent weeks. He's been thinking about putting him into the starting 11 in the Premier League. Swiss international. Wenger's been singing his praises to Switzerland coach Otmar Hitzfeld. Manchester City fans just lifting the volume inside the city of Manchester Stadium.
The City working so hard at the moment to close down and press, sending Arsenal further away from their goal all the time. As soon as the ball goes towards Almunia, the City defence and the midfield press up, and it's all very congested in there. Hard for them to get their passing game going.
It's not a sight you're used to seeing this season. Manchester City pressing opponents. It's been all about the fluent football they've been playing. Different side of them so far. Keeping Arsenal out. Song. Van Persie being hunted down by Robinho. Good touch that on Johan Giroud. Just opened up a little bit of space away from Robinho. Nasri. So Clichy short.
Again, so sloppy. And he claps his hands in frustration. He knows himself that the man Nasri has a marvellous touch, a marvellous feel for the ball. See the acknowledgement there.
Danielson, Bentner trying to remain onside, tried to get in behind Micah Richards. Richards standing firm and gets the free kick.
Well, he had half a yard, for half a yard, and then the turbo came on, and Micah Richards just breezed away from it, exceptionally quick. Bentner's quick, but he'll need to be quicker again to get away from Micah Richards, I'm sure.
Arsene Wenger still trying to work out how his Arsenal team can go to superb against Manchester United a couple of weeks ago. And the defeat by Aston Villa haven't yet clicked so far. Mark Hughes probably trying to think the same of his Manchester City side as well, but he'll be the more pleased you'd expect so far.
I'll give you one word while the difference Arsenal is Fabregas. He knits the whole thing together. Marvellous player.
Suspended, of course, here today. Kolo Touré, he's out injured. Adebayor out injured as well.
You know, City aren't far from their best team, really, and they're paying Arsenal a lot of respect.
As Darius Vassell. Smashed his header, landing at the feet of Van Persie. May have to do it all alone. Threw in the challenge from Richard Dunn. He wanted the free kick. Alan Wiley waved it away. Arsene Wenger goes berserk on this near side.
Well, it's certainly very animated at the moment, Arsene. It looked a foul, I've got to say. I think that Richard Dunn mistimed his tackle, his challenge there.
This the offside for which Manchester City have just been caught out. Nasri. Song. Nasri again. Now Clichy.
There's one thing both managers will be pleased with, that they have a clean sheet at this stage of the half, because the last thing either wanted was to go behind very early on with confidence and a bit of a low.
Samir Nasri. Clichy making his way forward on this near side. Ireland with a vital touch, finding company. Now Sean Wright-Phillips trying to get Robinho into this game. Robinho applauds the idea.
Sean showing his versatility, playing as a middle midfield man slightly to the left, as opposed to his more normal right-sided position. He can, of course, even play up front.
To Arsenal players here, Van Persie and Bendtner. Michael Richards got back but commits the foul with a free kick to Arsenal. Richards says he got the ball.
Well, the City back four there was all at dog legs and they were looking for offside, but I'm sure that he wasn't, because there's Michael Richards playing everybody onside. And there is contact with Van Persie, but I think there's a handball by Van Persie also, and he's being a little bit dramatic.
Still on the ground being treated, Robin Van Persie. This, though, an opportunity for Arsenal. Just over 30 yards from goal. Michael Richards won't let go of that ball, will he? Wants to apologise to Robin Van Persie for the coming together. He was adamant he took the ball there. Did have a little nudge, more than a nudge on Van Persie, though, as well.
Alan Wiley explaining his decision.
Well, you think, of course, Joe, that Manuel Almunia is the captain for Arsenal, but if Alan Wiley wants to involve the captain of Arsenal in what he's saying about decisions, he can't get the goalkeeper sprinting up to the end of the field, can he?
He has a long way to run. You see here Van Persie 1-to-1, and there's been contact, right? You can't see a winding contact.
Well, the last thing Arsenal need is another injury. An apology there from Richards, and the two make up. Walcott out injured, Adebayor out injured, Toure out injured. Last thing he needs is another casualty.
He's okay.
Sami Nasri standing over this. Just, what, 30 yards from goal. Centre of goal. Danielson there as well.
It's a strange game indeed when after 33 minutes Arsenal still haven't registered an attempt on target.
Now could be the time. Robin Van Persie appears to be okay. It's Sami Nasri and Joe Hart with the save. And Song with the follow-up. Wide for Arsenal, but Joe Hart tested for the first time. And he passes the test with flying colours.
Well, he's made a good save initially. He's got his body behind the ball and he's got it away from goal. If he can't hold the ball, he's done exactly the right thing. He's got it away from himself, Joe Hart. And the ankle seems okay, which is the main thing.
First rapid goal from Arsenal, repelled by Joe Hart. Nasri. Danielson using his body well. This is Song. Bendtner wants to play first time. That was the idea from Song. Didn't find the right conviction.
It's hard to say, quite typical of the half up to now when there's been a chance. You see Nasri here again on the ball. That's a decent free kick. But I think he saw it all the way there, Joe Hart. Yeah, quite comfortable for him, really.
Good view of that as it sailed over the wall. Another free kick to Arsenal. To the final 10 minutes of this first 45. Standing over it, Johan Giroud forward, Abu Diaby forward, and Silvestre, and Song, and Bendtner. There's plenty of height there for Nasri to use. Nasri kills the ball in that danger zone, but Joe Hart had eyes on that one as well.
Came and took it very well, the young keeper.
This is Garrido springing the counter-attack for Manchester City. Right Phillips over on this near side. It's Robinho. Vassell in the middle. Michael is trying to react. It's Mikael Silvestre who is back for Arsenal. Sami Nasri. Diaby wants to play first time. Put out well. Arsenal fans making themselves heard inside the City of Manchester Stadium. Decent spell this for Arsenal. They've tested Joe Hart. Tested him twice as well with the free kick that he flicked out of the air, but this is Darius Vassell. Now Stephen Ireland. Robinho to his left, Benchani down the middle. Zabaleta bursting forward on this near side. Looks at Benchani, the flag is up. Almunia makes the block in any case, may have injured himself as well. The flag went straight up from Glenn Turner.
Well, we see again a great run by Ireland, thrusting at the centre of the Arsenal back four, and Benjani is offside, with no real need to be offside, and there is contact with Almunia, but no great contact. But as an ex-centre forward, I think he's done the right thing.
Well, he made sure that Almunia knew he was about, didn't he? Promising that, though, for Manchester City. Options there for Ireland. Zabaleta was steaming forward on this near side. Johnny just strayed offside.
I think the game is creaking towards a little bit of excitement, actually, and certainly improvement in the last 10 minutes.
Two nervous teams out there. Hoyt. Ireland getting stuck in again. Company. Asking Benjani to go and chase that one. Almunia taking charge outside of his penalty area. Clichy just about looks the ball away from Vassell. This is Clichy again. Full ball. Robinho finding Benjani. Robinho. There is the Brazilian. Was he caught from behind by Robin van Persie? Yes, he was. Company's free kick, spotting the run of Sean Wright-Phillips, just too much on that.
It's a poor free kick, it's a straight free kick. Played with no great touch in towards Sean Wright-Phillips. He's quick, he's not that quick.
Number 8 on his back, of course, these days, Sean Wright-Phillips. That's because it's the number Ian Wright used to wear at Arsenal. If you watch Southampton, you'll see that Bradley Wright-Phillips also wears the number 8. Much for their father. There's Arsenal's current number 8, Nasri. Clichy on the overlap. Nasri trying to feed it through, looking for Bender. Head off the heel of Micah Richards, and Arsenal have a corner. First one of the game, I think.
Yes, it is.
Well, they've had a couple of set pieces so far, Arsenal. Free kick situations. That's the first corner. It's gone short to Robin van Persie. An outswinger. And it's dealt with by Zabaleta.
Well, it was a very good corner, but really when you look at Arsenal's way of scoring goals, they're not particularly corner orientated, so no great surprise when it was cleared.
Sean Wright-Phillips on the run again. Ireland, Robinho. Urging Vassell to get forward. Thinks a lovely ball in, looking for Ireland. Well defended by Mikael Silvestre. Nice move that by Manchester City. Sean Wright-Phillips firing the ball out to Garrido. Robinho's over there now. Robinho bisects Vassell and Benjani.
Well, Robinho gesturing there where he wanted everybody to run. Quite honestly, it was a poor ball from a 30 million plus player. Both managers now hoping it stays the same at half-time when they can go in and try and rouse things somewhat.
Into the final 5 minutes of this first half. It's been a tight first half. Hasn't been great on quality, which you don't normally say when you're watching these two this season. Or Arsenal, of course, in the past. But as you mentioned, two teams are a little low on confidence. This man isn't, though. Stephen Ireland. Running at Hoyt. Needs some support now. Ireland, he did well to squeeze the ball in from that far side, but Almunia dropping on it before Benjani could get to it.
He did do well there, Ireland, and he's entitled to expect somebody getting across the line of the goalkeeper's sight to intercept the ball. Certainly somebody who's thinking goals will be across the goalkeeper.
Manchester City fans belatedly remembering they're having to boo Mikael Silvestre. Plays it forward to Bender.
He's had a solid half. In fact, a lot of players, mostly defenders, have had solid halves. It's the lack of invention and quality in the midfield and forward that's been the disappointment.
Bender trying to turn away from Richards, fitting the ball at Van Persie. Alex Song, Diaby, Hoyt forward on the overlap on that far side. It was Robinho who won it back. Here he is again. Now Now Zabaleta looks to get forward from that right-back position. Stephen Ireland, Robinho in space on that far side. Ireland just overhits the ball through to Benjani.
Yeah, good interception there by Almunia. Silvestre was always policing Benjani. Maybe just a yard short of his best as he regains full fitness.
Out for a long time, Benjani, after tearing a thigh muscle in July. Came back for the win here against FC Twente in the UEFA Cup. Things have changed a little since he last played. There's Nasri. Bender this time running off this left flank inside, but Richards watched him all the way. Zabaleta took the ball. Robinho tried to get on the end of it. It's Johan Giroud, the covering defender.
Well, he had the situation well in hand, Giroud there. Good defending with the dangerous Robinho behind him, waiting for a mistake.
Rishi's ball, Bender's onside. Richards just dropped off into that yard of space. He's berating the assistant referee on the far side. He thought there should have been a flag. Dying embers of this first half, and Arsenal with this free kick.
Dying embers. I think it's gone out. It'll get better. Second half is always more open, I promise you.
This is Silvestre. Clichy. Van Persie. Silvestre again. Solid first half for him on his return to Manchester. Danielson. Gavin Hoyt. Heavy touch. He was to take the ball back away from Robinho, otherwise the Brazilian was on a straight run for goal.
You just don't see that from an Arsenal team. A poor ball, bouncing bomb out to Diaby, and then miscontrol of an easy pass. And you can see the anger on that man's face, who insists on quality.
Kompany. Zabaleta getting forward again. Zabaleta's ball over the top, it's offside. They rise for Sell this time. Just timing their runs, the Manchester City front strikers.
He has no need to be offside. He can see the line, he can see the last man. He might say it's dubious he's leaning offside rather than his legs being offside, but there's no need.
It's always that playing part of your body, isn't it? So technically, Vassell just offside there. Ty Coleman. The goals here this season at the City of Manchester Stadium and at the Emirates as well. No other stadiums apart from those two have seen more goals in the Premier League this campaign. It's a tight game though, goalless between these two. Benjani going close for Manchester City. A bit closer here with Robinho. Ireland for support. Still Robinho. He's forced away from goal. Johan Giroud did well. We'll have 2 minutes of stoppage time. Robinho to Sean Wright Phillips. Zabaleta here. Just forced a little wide. All right, Phillips is a good ball in Benjani. Inches away.
Well, the closest City have come for a while. Good ball in by Sean Wright Phillips here. Takes his first touch, looks up. And obviously the right back, young Hoyt, is playing everybody on side. And had Benjani not headed that ball, it would have come through to Robinho, and I'm sure that Manchester City would be one up at this stage. But he has to take that chance.
Best chance of the game so far, falling to Benjani, who had the earlier opportunity. Benjani feeding in Stephen Ireland. Ireland trying to rip his way through. It's on in the game!
Arsene Wenger opening his arms in exasperation down there. He can't believe the defending or lack of it he's just seen. Benjani running with the ball, plays a good pass into Ireland, evades one tackle. They have the chance to clear it. They don't clear it. Ireland continues his run here. Silvestre and Clichy between them make such a hash of it. And then a great finish from Stephen Ireland. He's just continued his run and nicked the ball over Almunia for a terrific finish. And Mark Hughes now will have a much easier half-time team talk than Arsene Wenger.
What a great dink that was from Ireland. Didn't have too much room in which to manoeuvre. Manchester City in the lead. They have to break through in injury time at the end of the first half. 7 goals for the season now for Stephen Ireland. To think there was talk he was on his way to Sunderland in the summer. That talk was soon stopped by Mark Hughes, and he has been repaid. Fantastic form, Stephen Ireland. Goal-scoring midfielder, just what you need. Manchester City lead at the break. Stephen Ireland's 7th goal of the season in injury time at the end of the first half. A first half that was low on quality. A mistake at the back by Arsenal allowed Ireland to make the finish in the end as he beat Arsenal's captain Manuel Almunia. Half-time at the City of Manchester Stadium. It's Manchester City 1, Arsenal 0. Arsenal have been very un-Arsenal-like in the first 45 here. Manchester City capitalised in stoppage time right at the end of the first half thanks to Stephen Ireland's goal. Took it well after a mix-up at the back. How will Arsenal respond in the second half in what has been a tough week for them?
Well done, Joe Hart. Handled a very dodgy back pass there on his chest and cleared well.
Joe Hart again with that clearance. I wonder when Joe Hart knew that he would be playing in this game. He did train fully yesterday. Kasper Schmeichel, who's on the bench here today, sure would have been getting geared up for this game all week. And then they found out that he was on the bench today. Speaks volumes for Joe Hart that they've worked so hard to get him back here to play today from that ankle injury picked up against Hull City last Sunday. Nasri for Arsenal. They need to improve in this second half. It's Nasri again. Van Persie trying to meet that. Richard Dunn does instead. Dunn will try and prevent the throw in, but can't.
Well, Dunny's heading has improved dramatically over the years. It was a weakness in his game. I gave him his debut when he was a young man at Everton, and he worked hard on his heading to get to the stature that he is now in the game, and that was a good headed clearance.
He's had his critics this season, Richard Dunn, at times. A couple of own goals, a couple of mistakes as well, a couple of sendings off too. Song caressing the ball into the path of Abu Diaby. It's always a tight angle.
Good football, good close into passing there by Arsenal, more in keeping of what we expect from them here. Diaby making a great run, making space for himself. He's got to square the ball. He's not going to beat a top-class goalkeeper from that angle. And he does exceptionally well to get there. He has his space now, whizzed the ball across the box, and he goes for the near angle.
14 years ago, the last time Arsenal lost 4 of their first 13 games in the league. Went on to lose a 5th as well from the 14, which is what they're heading for here at the moment. That season they ended up 12th in the Premier League. Free Arsene Wenger, of course. They've started well in the second half. Bender! Real chance for Arsenal.
Well, he's looking for a penalty. It certainly looked a good chance. It was a great cross from Clichy on the left. Good Arsenal interplay again, overlapping Clichy. He whips the ball in first time. Dunny's taking a swipe at it. Richard Dunn. I don't think there was any real contact to merit a penalty. Neither did Mr. Wiley.
Good start to the second half by Arsenal. Can they capitalise here? Song is standing just in front of Joe Hart. It's knocked away by Sean Wright-Phillips. Robinho holding off Clichy. Robinho did well. This is Sean Wright-Phillips again. His ankles were just clipped by Van Persie.
Well, he pleads innocence. But it certainly looked a trip.
Well, it's the response that Arsene Wenger would have wanted in the opening 3.5 minutes of this second half to take the game to Manchester City and try and get themselves in this Arsenal.
You wonder how long he sets himself before he makes changes, though. He has a wealth of talented, young talent on the bench.
Well, it's the old adage for Arsene Wenger, if you're good enough, you're old enough. That bench, the average age is 18. Jack Wilshere amongst them, Aaron Ramsey, Jay Simpson. Carling Cup kids.
Watching Wilshire warm up before the game, Gary, he looked like one of the ball boys. He's so young and fresh-faced, but what a talent.
He may well get his chance. Bender was just behind Abu Diaby. Didn't appear to be any communication between the two. It's not forward looking for Benjani. The flag is raised.
Benjani there saying, I want the ball behind, played him behind, let me chase it.
Away form has been pretty good for Arsenal this season. Lost 2 of 6 away. Can't afford to drop points here. Van Persie's done well. Van Persie wants the free kick and he's got it as well. Alan Wiley was just waiting to see how play progressed.
I think he's a little bit unlucky there. Micah Richards looked like he made a great tackle. Certainly here he's tracking Van Persie. You see he's got the ball, he's nicked it away. I think he's very unfortunate there. Alan Wiley may have just made his first mistake of the match. I think he's been excellent. He is excellent, and you would hope now for his sake that this isn't a goal.
Well, Sami Nasri tested Joe Hart in the first half. Robin Van Persie is lining this one up as well. Good position this for Arsenal. It's Robin Van Persie. Tried to beat Joe Hart at his near post and almost did.
Well, the arms went up in the Arsenal section. They saw the net ripple. And the Manchester City fans either side. You see here the ball is always going wide, and they go up the arms. But just wide.
Close.
Goalkeeper had it covered though. He had it covered.
Not close enough though. As Joe mentioned, the Arsenal fans were all up celebrating that. Not to be though. Now Manchester City have this free kick. But that will lift Arsenal. Plenty of bodies forward in light blue here. Benjani, one of them.
In-swinging cross from Vassell.
There's the Arsenal bench, the young guns on that bench. Of course, Fabianski is there, 23 years of age, the oldest man on that bench. He's doing the babysitting at the moment. Sean Wright-Phillips. Really good touch, important interception that from Mikael Silvestre. He had Vassell and Benjani breathing down his neck. There's the goal scorer, Stephen Ireland. Now Benjani, who's never lost a Premier League game to Arsenal. Benjani again. Easily away from Danielson. Another free kick to Manchester City. Danielson trying to atone for his error.
Mr. Wiley's on the spot. Benjani does ever so well here. Cuts across Danielson. Well, Danielson too looks like he's played the ball. There may have been contact afterwards.
Ireland has done company. Robinho, Benjani to aim for here. And he finds the head of Abu Diaby. There's Garrido, scored a belter of a free kick against Liverpool in this stadium. Now it's Benjani, just wouldn't come down for him, almost dropped to Ireland. Just a carbon copy of Manchester City's opening goal.
Absolutely, they're making a right meal of clearing the ball. Just ordinary clearances seem to be beyond them at the moment, Arsenal. Well, there's very little contact there. Vincent Kompany has just got his body alongside Danielson.
Long way to go yet, but this will be a massive result for Manchester City if they can hold on. 1 win in 8 in the Premier League. Mark Hughes had a similar kind of run at Blackburn this time last year. 1 win in 9. Bigger stakes, of course, here these days. The landscape has changed already since Mark Hughes took over as manager of Manchester City, with the Abu Dhabi group coming in. But the one thing they crave here is a trophy. That's what they want here at the City of Manchester Stadium. It's such a long time without one of the big trophies. Song feeding in Diaby.
Shaun Wright-Phillips covered every blade of grass in midfield. He's been excellent today. Little Shaun doesn't lack aggression either. Remember in one of his first games played up against Stuart Pearce at West Ham and ran at him ferociously, ran into him. Absolutely fearless, the wee man.
Was used quite often as a wing-back when he first started, Shaun Wright-Phillips.
Not by me, he wasn't.
Great talent, Shaun Wright-Phillips, as is that man Robinho. Always looks polite, doesn't he, when he has a word with the referee, both hands behind his back. He's conceded this free kick. It was Wright-Phillips, wasn't it, who got a little tug there. Robin Van Persie lining this one up. Again, you can see Arsenal with plenty of height here, waiting inside that Manchester City penalty area. It was Richard Dunn who got the header. Stephen Ireland trying to set Vassell away. That's Clichy. Bars off the ball. A bit more fight about Arsenal in the second half.
See here, Clichy with the ball. He can't complain. Vassell, he hasn't complained. It was a free kick.
Van Persie has just had his pocket picked. Wright-Phillips has Ireland to his right, Benjani and Robinho through the middle. This is Robinho for Manchester City. Audacity of the highest quality. Robinho may just have wrapped up the post for Manchester City with yet more Brazilian magic.
It's a fantastic finish. Shaun Wright-Phillips starts it, wins the ball, and he just waits and waits and times it to perfection, slips the ball inside Hoyt, and what a finish from Robinho. What a finish. The audacity, the confidence. Well, Arsene Wenger has to make changes now. They're a long, long way from getting into this game. That's as cheeky as it comes. What a brilliant finish. Worth the admission fee.
There was simply no second thought about it, was there, from Robinho? As soon as the ball was at his feet, he knew where Almunia was. It's one thing knowing where the keeper was, it's another finding the back of the net from there.
It's a hard skill also to get your foot under the ball as it's running away from you. If it's coming onto you, that's fine, but that's just brilliant, brilliant technique.
I'm sure pretty soon he'll be able to ride on the buses for free if he has a Manchester City fan as a driver. 9 goals for the season. The Manchester City anthem of "We're Not Really Here" is ringing out around the city of Manchester Stadium. They are here, Robinho is here, and Manchester City have a 2-goal lead. What now for Arsenal?
Mark Hughes feeling a lot warmer down there now in just his suit. What a hard man he must be.
Arsenal about to make a change. Aaron Ramsey is about to come on, former Cardiff City youngster.
Well, I'll be astounded if it's not Danielson that's coming off. He's had a very poor game. But maybe Arsene hasn't seen it that way. He knows his own players.
Ramsey made his Wales debut against Denmark in the week. So Ramsey's about to come on. Arsenal with more defending to do here. We believe Gavin Hoyt is about to come off. There's Bednar looking for some support. The cavalry is trying to arrive in the form of Abu Diaby. Richard Dunn does superbly. Bided his time and just prized the ball away from the Danish striker. Robinho, he's in the mood now. Garrido just made a 30 or 40 yard dash on the overlap to try and get the ball, but Robinho went the other way. Such are the perils of footballers at times. He has to make his way back now, the Spaniard. Here he is, Garrido. Robinho wants it. Garrido returns the favour by going the other way.
Well, everyone's come up a peg now in pale blue. Everybody wants the ball. Great running behind by Vassell there. And now we'll see the substitution, I'm sure.
Well, Arsene Wenger has to make changes, and he's making one now. Aaron Ramsey coming on. Welsh international. Gavin Hoyt's Premier League debut is over. He's had a tough time at right back this afternoon.
Yes, he has indeed. I mentioned Nielsen having a poor game, but he wasn't alone. And certainly young Hoyt has time on his side. He's found it hard to adjust today. A pass on the back there from Pat Rice. He knows all about that right back position himself, a top-class defender for many years for Arsenal.
Looks like Giroud has moved to right back and Alex Song has gone to centre-half. Ramsey now in the midfield. So Arsenal have reshaped for now. There's Ramsey, Diaby, Ramsey again, running into Robinho, trying to keep his head. Robinho prizing the ball away from him. Arsenal paid big money for Aaron Ramsey. Caerphilly born, same place as where Robert Earnshaw used to reside, another who's come through the Cardiff City Academy. Big hopes for Ramsey. Could have been playing his football, of course, in Manchester. Had a look around Manchester United's training ground at Carrington, not too far away from here. Decided to sign for Arsenal instead.
I'm not surprised they made a change in midfield, though, because they have been poor for an Arsenal side in there. The quality has been totally missing.
Ramsey, it's a really good ball to Bender. Arsenal could be in. Good save from Joe Hart. Now Diaby. Ramsey having an instant impact. Bender has stayed onside. It's a corner.
Well, Ramsey's made a big impact already. The pass of the game for Arsenal there. He's played Bender in, and Bender's first touch is poor. He takes it away from the goal. Joe Hart stays big. Goes down at the last moment there to clear the ball with his foot. Good save by Joe Hart.
Can Arsenal find a way back into this game? Van Persie's corner. Scraped away by Richard Dunn. Joe Hart looked nervously away to his right. Aaron Ramsey, a little too clever that time. Island caught, and the pressure relieved for Manchester City.
Well, Richard Dunn would be delighted to make that clearance. He's been lashing them into his own net this season. It hasn't quite gone for him in front of his own goal, but it's a brilliant clearance after an excellent corner from Van Persie.
He's been quite prolific in his Manchester City times at own goals, Richard Dunn. 8, would you believe, he's scored 2 this season. But he was in the right place at the right time. As a defender, you have to take those chances, and he did. That's just a warning sign this game isn't finished yet. Silvestre. And it's done again. Remember, Arsenal 9 points behind the leaders Chelsea and Liverpool coming into this game this weekend. It could be all over now. Vassell trying to square the ball. Benjani and Robinho were racing in. He just delayed, and it gave Clichy enough time to get back and concede the corner.
Well, it wasn't so much his delay. Clichy makes a big mistake here. He gets wrong side of the ball. He's got to clear it, but he has exceptional pace and he has got back. Credit the man for that. Making a recovery from his own mistake. Good play by Benjani, just never quite got the ball where he wanted to be to cross it.
Benjani waiting in the middle, so too Micah Richards. Over both of their heads, and a comfortable claim for Manuel Almunia. Been such an inconsistent time for Arsenal. Oh, and Almunia almost sleeping there. Wasn't expecting that back pass. Robinho was almost in. Almunia had to react and just about did.
But so typical of the performance, so sloppy, so lackadaisical. Just haven't been there today. Almost without looking. There you go. Robinho's making ground hand over fist.
He wasn't expecting that Almunia from Gael Clichy. When he reacted, Robinho was almost upon him.
See Arsene Wenger down there having a word with Pat Rice. They're just discussing, I'm sure. They think they've got to make another change really to try and get back in this game. They need a goal quickly.
Kompany's ball, Robinho! He's been working to improve his heading. Couldn't find the target there.
It was a good chance, it was a great chance. And I'm sure he'll tell you that heading the ball is not really in his quite substantial contract.
Almost a third for Manchester City. That would have been that, surely. He wants 30 goals this season, Robinho. Taking a couple of English lessons a week to learn the language. Eventually he's been taking the bus around town, really trying to immerse himself into the life and the culture here in Manchester. It can only help you as a player to settle in. A mistake there by Garrido, Van Persie bringing it down. Well, look who's back, retrieving the ball is Shaun Wright-Phillips. A slalom-like run from Shaun Wright-Phillips. Now Robinho. City at their flowing best at the moment. Robinho looking for Darius Vassell. Ireland there for the pullback. It's Stephen Ireland, and it's flicked in. No, the flag up. The flag raised. Offside against Robinho. An impudent flick. The roof almost came off this place, thinking it was 3-0.
Almunia hasn't been a fault with either goal today, but certainly that fumble would have been embarrassing for him. Fortunately, Robinho is given offside.
Manchester City are a joy to watch when they produce football like that. You're normally saying that about Arsenal.
But again, you know, Shaun Wright-Phillips was at the heart of the move, going past three players in midfield, playing a delightful ball out to Robinho.
Sami Nasri. Diaby. Manchester City almost with two banks of five for Arsenal to work their way through. It's Song. Song is playing a centre-half now, gets the shot away. Comfortable for Joe Hart. Carlos Vela is about to come on for Arsenal. A change up front maybe. Well, there's the man, Sean Protogreen, who raised the flag to rule out this Manchester City goal. What a move this was.
It was great, and Robinho cuts in from the left, plays a great cross right over to the far side. Vassell puts the ball back to Ireland. He volleys it well.
Robinho adjudged to have been offside as he flicked the ball into the back of the net. Nicholas Bendtner. Still plenty of time for Arsenal to get back in this game. Still just over halfway in the second half to play. It's a nice intricate football. Danielson goes down, throws himself to the ground. He doesn't get the foul. Alan Wiley waves away the appeals.
Well, I think he described it perfectly. He did throw himself to the ground. There might have been minimal contact there, but he was looking for it. He was hanging his own leg out to get the penalty.
Aaron Ramsey. Doesn't look phased at all, does he, Aaron Ramsey? Until then.
Commentator's curse. The passing, the Arsenal lack of passing is contagious. You see here Robinho, great ball to the far post. Darius Vassell back to Ireland, and I don't think he's offside. When the ball is actually played, he's onside, he's level with Gael Clichy, and that goal should have been allowed to stand.
It would have been his 10th of the season, ruled out.
Another impudent back heel.
Could turn out to be a contentious decision, that one, if Arsenal get themselves back in this. Arsenal still waiting to bring on the Mexican, Carlos Vela. Darius Vassell, options to his left, one of which is Benjani. Heavy touch, Benjani. Nasri, Bendtner. Remember, Manchester City have beaten Arsenal just once in the Premier League. That was here 2 seasons ago, thanks to a Joey Barton penalty. They've had a miserable time against the Gunners in the Premier League. There's the change. Abu Diaby is off. Along comes the young Mexican talent, Carlos Vela.
And what a talent, as we've already seen, with outrageous goals, wonderful skills. I do think Diaby's a little bit unlucky. I think he's had to go on the right-hand side. Hasn't always shown the best quality, but he's given them some energy and size up there. A little bit unfortunate.
It was red-carded Carlos Vela playing for Mexico in their defeat against Honduras during the week. Mexican media now calling for the resignation of Sven-Göran Eriksson after that defeat. Doesn't have a quiet lifespan, does he? There's Nicholas Bendtner for Arsenal. Now Nasri. Nasri demanding the ball back. For the first time volley. Didn't connect, of course, but shows confidence. As does that from Robinho. Doesn't come off for him. Kompany. And they will do the Kompany. Robinho will try and turn it into something. It could be a terrific start. What could be a terrific 8 days for Manchester City. The UEFA Cup tie with Schalke to come. Big game on Thursday. And then an even bigger game. The game. The Manchester Derby on Sunday. There's Robin Van Persie. Sets up nicely for him.
We've seen him hammer them. He has a great strike on his left foot. And Arsenal going right down the middle with their short passing game. Keeping possession here. Ricochet works for them. Van Persie, a good turn. Couldn't keep the ball down. He too has looked well short of his best today. Can be a very dangerous player.
It's a hot streak for Holland during the week. 2 goals against Sweden for Robin Van Persie. Back from his ban here today. Incidentally, the way Arsenal have reshaped, Vela here is on the right, Van Persie and Bendtner through the middle. Elano about to come on for Manchester City, who have this 2-goal lead. Nicholas Bendtner overhits that towards Danielson, and Ireland was caught as he was making the clearance. Player in such terrific form, Mark Hughes will not want to see Stephen Ireland stay down for long.
But it's also delaying the substitution of Elano because you want to see how Ireland is first before. There, Danielson, he's a bit late there. Certainly a bit of frustration showing in Danielson.
Well, Danielson thought he should have had a penalty a few moments ago as well.
Going into the box there. Looks very iffy, doesn't it? He's played the ball through Richard Dunn's legs. You can't jump that high if you kick the ground level.
Wiley waved it away firmly. Elano, who's been speaking out recently, not happy and not playing for Manchester City. He's playing now. He's coming on for Darius Vassell.
Mark Hughes applauding Darius Vassell's performance. He certainly has worked hard. And bringing an extra midfielder on just to tighten things up and make sure they go on to win this game. So I'm sure Shaun Wright-Phillips will play a little wider on the right now, but as a midfield player rather than the wide striker that Darius Vassell has been playing.
Arsenal again making another mistake. Here's Benjani. Wright-Phillips to his right. Robinho was to his left. He's just held his run. And it's Shaun Wright-Phillips who did well to get that shot away in the end. The ball just held up.
But again, Danielson, you know, he's been so poor today. A 5-yard pass, you see him, he looks disconsolate. He knows himself. He's a talented player. I've never seen him play so poorly. But it's just a simple pass in midfield. He's giving Benjani the ball. Benjani's away. Commits 2 defenders. No Shaun Wright-Phillips is on his right-hand side. It's a little short, the pass. But Shaun gets onto it. Against the corner.
It's Stephen Ireland. Danielson, it hit his arm. Almunia with the save. Manchester City plays queuing up. Arsenal survive. Not just that, But the handball claim as well.
And again, Nasri gives a 5-yard pass away, and they're in trouble again. It's just not Arsenal. I think they've had a party last night.
Arsenal are rattled. Is it the week they've had? Including the comments from the captain, who knows?
I don't think so, though, you know, Gary. When the professionals, they go out there, you forget you've just got to play football, you're playing for your club, you're playing for your family, whatever motivates you. And you get out there and get on with it. But they've just not been... It's hard to name anybody that's got anywhere near their best form.
Alex Song. Company winning the ball back. Now Stephen Ireland, whose shot it was, which he thought was handled by Danielson. Robinho, always a threat when he's running at you. Tried to slide in Sean Wright-Phillips, it was blocked by Silvestre. Arsene Wenger said he couldn't give a rational explanation as to why Arsenal were beaten by Aston Villa last week. They have some explaining to do again here if this score remains the same. It's been a tough week for Arsenal. Joe Hart flying across his goal, not unduly worried in the end by Danielson's effort.
But a little glimpse of his talent. He took the ball, he made space for himself, beat a man, and he's fired a shot towards goal. It was always covered by Joe Hart. See here, Stephen Ireland blasting the ball. I think it would have been very harsh as a penalty, particularly when the player concerned has his back to play.
Well, Arsenal survived that into the final 15 minutes at the City of Manchester Stadium. Manchester City with this 2-goal lead. Nicholas Bender was held off by Micah Richards, and then he concedes a free kick.
Mr. Wiley only yards away from the incident, as he has been all day. Micah Richards makes the most of it, really wins his free kick. But he's dominated that duel. He's been too strong for Bentner, too quick for Bentner today.
Good week for Micah Richards, back in the England squad, of course, an unused sub in Berlin on Wednesday. That's Alano, who scored in Brazil's 6-2 win over Portugal during the week. Portugal's heaviest defeat for 53 years. Strong Portugal side as well. Robinho also played in that game. The only surprise was there were 6 goals and Robinho didn't score one of them. He scored one here. Crucial second goal. Felt he should have had a third as well. Phillips has to run again. Has to need to keep that ball in play. Ramsey over the top looking for Bentner. Zabaleta this time, who's back for Manchester City. They've defended strongly on the whole today.
Well, the first half was a good base for them. We said it wasn't exciting for us, but City certainly defended well and got about the job, closing Arsenal down. And they've expanded on that performance in the second half. They look very, very good at times. Mark Hughes will be delighted.
Well, every game they've won so far this season has been by 3 goals or more, so there could be another goal left in this game.
Perhaps there should have been.
Robinho is ruled out by the offside flag. That's Richards winning the header above Bentner. He's only 5'11", Micah Richards. Boy, can he leap. Alano, fantastic through ball. Here's Robinho. It could be a third for Manchester City. Robinho, the angle's tight. It's off the line.
We're all astounded he missed it. We're all astounded. We were waiting for the clever finish, the slide. He's not offside. He's perfectly timed his run. He's on his right foot. Is he going to tuck it under the keeper through his legs? He goes round him. Good defending.
More worryingly for Manchester City, he stayed down, Robinho. It was Johan Giroud who got back to knock the ball off the line. Did the right thing, didn't they? Once his keeper had gone, just to get back on the goal line and try and do your best.
A great defending by Giroud. There's Arsene Wenger. He cannot believe what he's seeing from his team, his multi-talented team, his all-passing team. There's been a no-passing team today, and he must be puzzled. man can't be blamed for either goal. So they had no chance with either finish.
Well, Robinho, made in Brazil but adored in Manchester. They'll hope he'll be back on the field very shortly. Alano to take this corner, doesn't beat the first man. Robinho's had it. The signal is Robinho's game is over. So Manchester City will have to make another change. Meanwhile, they're pushing for a third goal still. Giroud again with the header away from Benchani. Got Daniel Sturridge and Ched Evans as options on the bench. Ramsey sees another good ball. Aaron Ramsey. Here's Robin van Persie. Arsenal to come back into this game. They need to do something now. Into the final 10 minutes almost.
Mark Hughes could take one of several options. Obviously, you mentioned Sturridge and Evans, even the bringing on of maybe Dietmar Hamann, just to hold things up.
It is Didier Hamann who is being readied. That's why you're a manager, Joe.
Well, he'll just sit alongside Kompany, just give another barrier just to make sure that Arsenal don't get back into this game, I'm sure.
Alex Song. Giroud finding Song again. Now Carlos Vela gets him ready, get himself in the game. It's difficult when you come on in this situation. Although Ramsey's played a good part for Arsenal since coming on, just knitting play together. Ramsey again.
Since you've stayed with the men, they've gone with players who've run, they've gone with the 1-2s, they've cleared the box as they have done now. They're well away from their area, they've not been penned in at all.
They're down to 10 at the moment, still waiting to put Dietmar Hamann on the field. It's Carlos Vela. Well, it's opened up for him, trying to guide the ball into the top right-hand corner. There's a change then from Manchester City. It's a sight that City fans won't want to see. Robinho going off injured. Dietmar Hamann comes on. With the Manchester derby to come next weekend, will Robinho face a race against time to be fit to play in front of these fans here in that derby game?
Well, the two men who started in the middle, Ireland and Sean Wright-Phillips alongside Kompany, both in the wide positions now in a five-man midfield. Mark Hughes reacting to the situation, determined to hang on to this two-goal lead.
Still, the Arsenal fans sing at the City of Manchester Stadium. And what has been a tough testing week for them. Looks like it's coming to an end with a defeat here at Manchester City. Giroud. Last week's defeat by Aston Villa was the first time in 59 Premier League games that Arsenal had lost by more than one goal. And the feat may well be being repeated here. The score now would put the cat amongst the pigeons, but they need more quality than that.
Well, we could have said that from the first 5 minutes, and that's been their problem. Very seldom an Arsenal problem, we know.
Well, it's been a terrific 90 minutes almost for Mark Hughes, although that Robinho injury I'm sure will play on his mind. It's not just all about one man though, this Manchester City team. Seeing Stephen Ireland score the first, Sean Wright-Phillips has been terrific, the back four have been strong. Robinho of course scored that wonderful strike to make it 2-0.
I'm sure that Mark Hughes will be as pleased with the performance of his back four as anything.
That's been their problem this season, conceding goals. At the moment they're heading towards a clean sheet. I did mention earlier on the different defensive combinations he played. He's only been playing the same back four in consecutive games on 3 occasions because of injuries and suspensions as well.
They've all won their individual battles today. Richard Dunn, Micah Rich has been outstanding against Van Persie and Bendtner, hardly giving them a sniff. and both full-backs had won their battles as well and got forward when they could.
The famous City anthem of Blue Moon rings out in the East End of Manchester. They've just have done their neighbours a big favour here.
Fantastic fans. They really are. And the most optimistic. They'll be fancying themselves for the top four now after this win.
Always a lot of gallows humour around Manchester City. I know one fan said to me on the day that the billions are being invested into this club, it'll all end horribly. Such is the gallows humour of Manchester City fans. It's not a season for City without a rollercoaster ride, is it?
They wouldn't have it any other way, believe me. They hate boring seasons.
Stephen Allen's goal, crucial. The timing of it was crucial. Right on half-time to give City the lead. And then Robinho, 12 minutes into the second half, lovely, impudent chip to make it 2-0. And Arsenal, we've said it before, have just been so un-Arsenal-like here.
A little shake of the head from Arsene Wenger down there. He's disputing the throw-in, but not too much.
This is Aaron Ramsey, who has been bright since coming on. Clichy.
Ramsey's a candidate for Arsenal's best player. He certainly has improved them in midfield.
Danielson driving at Manchester City. He was firmly stopped by that man, Vincent Kompany. Giroud. Bentner. It's a nice idea. Joe Hart's come a long way from goal. Richard Dunn deals with the danger.
Joe Hart was in a slightly false position there. He was never clear enough for him to come for that, but Richard Dunn pulled him out. Great defending from the big man.
Song. He's not going to escape without a ticking off from Alan Wiley. Well, I was about to say he's kept his cards in his pocket so far this afternoon. That's the first yellow brandished to Song, and I think he was saying there that's not the first foul.
Shame, really. He obviously felt it was somewhat cynical. Didn't look too much in it, but you couldn't argue with Mr. Wiley this afternoon. It hasn't been a hard game to referee, but he hasn't made it hard, and certainly a 9 out of 10 performance.
Daniel Sturridge about to come on for Manchester City, back from his ankle injury. I think it's Benjani who's about to come off. Milano caught offside. So, here's the change. Sturridge, a player that they're really keen to keep here at Manchester City. His contract is up in June. He comes on for Benjani, who's still trying to get himself back match fit.
Benjani's played his part, he's worked hard for the team, which he does. He does devour hard work up front, takes the pressure off the rest of the team. And if you're going to play the genius that is Robinho when he has the ball, you do need someone around him who will take the burden of the hard work, and Benjani's done that.
Daniel Sturridge.
City again with that mix of those from the academy, which Mark Hughes is still determined to bring through here. And of course the big name signings he's hoping to make in January. Handed in his transfer wish list in Abu Dhabi last week. 2-hour meeting with Sheikh Mansour, the owner of Manchester City. What's Joe Hart doing? He's been caught out by Robin Van Persie, or has he? No. The referee has ruled it out. Van Persie thought he got a goal back for Arsenal. Alan Wiley says no.
Well, we saw this years ago. George Best did a similar thing in an international, and it has happened from time to time. And I'll be surprised if he doesn't get a booking for what's seen as ungentlemanly conduct. I'm sure that's why the goal has not been allowed. Well, he's fortunate, because you can see he's clearly standing in the way of Joe Hart's attempted clearance.
Well, we saw Harita Alunga do that for West Ham United a few weeks ago at Hull. He too had his goal chalked off. the West Ham United defender. Still 2-0. You can never forget, of course, it was a Manchester City game, wasn't it, when Gary Crosby of Nottingham Forest headed the ball out of Andy Dibble's hand and scored.
That was slightly different.
More to ponder for Arsene Wenger. A tough week for the Arsenal manager.
Yes, but no crisis. I'm sure that most of the division would love the crisis that Arsene Wenger has on his hands. He has a team of very talented players. He has a lot of that team missing at the moment, and he knows they can be an awful lot better than this. Kolo Toure is a big loss for them at the back, as is Gallas and Fabregas in midfield. That's the very five of the backbone of the team missing.
Carlos Vela. He's there again. It was Shorai Phillips who won the ball. 4 minutes of injury time to be played. Daniel Sturridge needs some support. Highland is bursting forward into the penalty area now. Sturridge with his nice feet. He's got the penalty. It's a penalty to Manchester City, won by Daniel Sturridge, and a chance to put the icing on the cake.
Well, he's claimed the ball. Giroud saying, "Are you sure? Was it me?" Arsene Wenger's just totally nonplussed and dispirited there. He knows that this goal, if it goes in, this penalty, if it goes in, certainly won't affect the result. They were losing this 2-0 anyway. See Sturridge here, and he takes Giroud on. He initially goes past him, he shows him inside, goes outside him. And he's pulling back. Sturridge has gone down and exaggerated the foul, but he is using his arms, he is pulling him back. Alan Wiley was on the spot, and it is a penalty.
And it's Sturridge who is about to take it. Elano has moved away. 3-0! Manchester City in cruise control. And it may only be November, but Arsenal's title challenge may just have come to an end in the East End of Manchester.
As soon as the penalty was given, Daniel Sturridge grasped the ball, never let go of it. No one else had the chance to take the penalty, and he's tucked it away. He sent Almunia the wrong way, and more or less straight down the middle, just off centre. And I'm sure that Mark Hughes, the optimist that he is, could never have envisaged this result 90 minutes ago, but what a result for the blue side of Manchester here.
What now for Arsenal? Arsene Wenger looks absolutely shell-shocked. Another loose pass from Danielson. Sturridge. Elano. It's a beautifully swung ball forward for Zabaleta. It's got Ireland for support, and the ball went just to where Ireland had moved out of. This place is buzzing. Still, the Arsenal fans sing no away to our right-hand side. Arsenal, of course, have Chelsea next in the Premier League after they face Dinamo Kiev in the Champions League. And it doesn't get any easier for Arsenal. But then again, they responded in the right way against Manchester United a couple of weeks ago. Elano. Tangling with Giroud. Sturridge did well to push Elano out of that penalty. Elano has taken 5 and scored 5 of his penalties for Manchester City. It's Sturridge who demanded the ball there for that spot kick, and he took it. Stephen Ireland just picking himself up. The smile is never far from that man's face, especially in his current mood as well, the way he's played.
Well, if you're 3-0 up against Arsenal with seconds to go, you're entitled to smile.
Still, that record continues. All of Manchester City's victories this season in the top flight have come with a 3-goal or more margin.
I'm credit Mark Hughes, who's got it absolutely spot on tactically. They ground Arsenal down the first half. They got about them. They got in their hair. They were everywhere. They were all over them like a rash. They stopped them playing, and they got the break of the goal on half-time, which has set them up for an excellent second half.
Milano. It's been a turbulent week for Arsenal, and it ends in defeat at the City of Manchester Stadium. And Arsene Wenger's side now face a real fight to drag themselves back into this title race. Stephen Allen with the first for Manchester City, bang on half-time. Raphinho with an audacious second, and then Daniel Sturridge right at the end, converting the penalty. An awful week for Arsenal ends with defeat at Manchester City. It's finished Manchester City 3, Arsenal 0.